Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
While many people are focused on Ebola, Central Kentucky doctors say you should actually be more concerned now about the flu.
One Morgan County man had to take matters into his own hands when someone tried to break into his home.
And later today, the grand opening celebration for one of the latest stores to open in the square in downtown Lexington. Those stories and more and breaking news as it happens. It's coming up on WKYT This Morning. Hello there, good morning and welcome. It's good to have you with us. It's Thursday now. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Welcome in for the first track on the weather. Let's turn to meteorologist Micah Harris.
And we're looking outside at the moment, have the clouds overhead, and temperatures are there in the 40s out and about. So it's not that chilly. It's kind of on the cool side. And as you take off, you might want to grab that light coat just in case. There's the shot of 75 and also Winchester Road. Things look pretty good. We're in the 40s for the most part, a couple of 50s mixed in here and there. No real frost threat this morning as those clouds are overhead. It'll be cool, it'll be dry, and it looks like temperatures will be right there around 59. Now, as we go throughout the next few days, we'll only see our temperatures rise from here on out, and I'll show you that off into your weekend coming up.
Okay, we'll see you then. We thank you. We have some breaking news in Lexington this morning. Police have made an arrest in connection with Lexington's latest murder.
Police arrested 20-year-old Nathan Miller early this morning. He's charged with murder. Police say 19-year-old Jeffrey Adams was shot and killed Friday morning in an apartment complex on McCullough Drive. And
Lexington police have issued an arrest warrant for a shooting suspect. Police issued that warrant for 19-year-old Chrysler Charles yesterday. He is charged with 2 counts of assault. Last Friday night, police say a man and a woman were shot in the leg during an argument at an apartment complex on Winburn Drive. Police say they had non-life-threatening injuries.
Happening today, a UK football player charged with rape is set to go before a judge. UK police say the freshman defensive lineman Lloyd Tubman verbally and physically assaulted a victim while trying to have sex with her in a campus dorm. After his hearing, Tubman was released on bond, but the judge ordered him to live with his parents in Louisville. Tubman is suspended indefinitely from the team. His hearing is scheduled for today.
You've heard a lot about Ebola in recent weeks, but doctors in Central Kentucky say there is another virus that you should be more concerned about.
They want to make sure you don't forget, of course, about the flu. Health leaders say they've now confirmed 3 flu cases in Kentucky, one of them in Woodford County. WKYT's Jordan Valines has the alert from doctors.
According to healthcare professionals, this illness is one that hospitalizes hundreds of thousands and kills tens of thousands of people every year. But this illness probably isn't the one you've seen splashed across headlines recently. This illness is seasonal influenza, also called the flu.
Your neighbor's going to have it, your coworkers are going to have it. Your neighbors and coworkers are not going to have Ebola.
Dr. Brian Smith says the seriousness of Ebola shouldn't be overlooked, but the chances of widespread contamination in the U.S. are extremely unlikely.
It's rare, but it's rare. It's 3 people in 350 million people in the United States, so I don't think we really need to worry about it.
But the likelihood of you being exposed to the flu
it's still very contagious.
Is
Everybody can get the flu.
Much higher.
Looking at the Farmer's Almanac, and it's supposed to be a bad winter, so it should be a bad flu season.
Since the risk of getting the flu is far more common in the U.S., Dr. Smith wants to stress the importance of washing your hands, covering your mouth when coughing, and certainly getting a flu vaccine. Just a few simple steps to help prevent you and your family from getting sick this flu season. Jordan Valines, WKYT.
All right, thank you so much, Jordan. Health leaders say the other 2 flu cases are in Louisville. They also say if you get a flu shot at your doctor's office, your health insurance will typically cover that cost.
New and disturbing details have been released about the murder of a Pulaski County woman. Monica Wells' body was found last week in a sinkhole not far from her home. Investigators say her boyfriend, Jimmy Hendricks, beat her to death. He is now charged with murder. Yesterday, investigators testified that Wells' 8-year-old son witnessed the beating at their home. They say they also found blood all over the living room there. Investigators say Hendricks put the body in a sinkhole, hoping to hide what had happened.
He thought she'd go in that water and they'd never find her. That's why he took her driver's license, her medical card, her social security card.
Investigators also testified that Hendricks killed Wells after finding her with another man. Hendricks' attorney argued his client acted under extreme emotional disturbance, so he asked the judge to lessen the charge to manslaughter. But the judge kept the murder charge and sent the case on to the grand jury. The case against a Boyle County man accused of killing a toddler is moving forward. A judge waived the case of Joseph Adams to the grand jury. Police have charged him with murder. They say he was caring for a 13-month-old boy earlier this month when the child was injured and later died. Police say the toddler suffered extensive trauma to his head and body. They also said there were signs of sexual abuse.
A Morgan County reverend decided to fight back when someone broke into his home. Jason James says he heard a man trying to break open a door on Tuesday and didn't recognize the man, so he called 911. Around that time, James says the burglar made it a couple of steps inside the home, so James grabbed his gun and the burglar started running away.
50, 60 yards from the step, I fired way off in the opposite direction into the ground.
James says the burglar didn't steal anything, but police haven't found him. They say they're looking for a white man between 5'6" and 5'8" with tattoos on his arms. He had on an orange shirt during the burglary. Well, this morning, a former school bus monitor has been charged with harassing and menacing 2 students on a bus. Melinda Owens worked for Anderson County Schools, but last month, investigators say she put her hand in the face of a 12-year-old and pushed his face into a bus seat. They say she grabbed another 12-year-old's poster board and destroyed it. Parents say they haven't heard of anything like this happening before.
I'm just kind of shocked that, that would happen around here.
The Anderson County Superintendent says Owens resigned after the incident. She also said a camera on the bus captured what happened. Owens did not want to tell us her side of the story.
Well, just about as quickly as gasoline prices dipped below $3 a gallon around the state, they have gone up once again.
Yes, they have. The price of a gallon of regular unleaded rose back above $3 yesterday. It's now at $3.19 at most places. It's about 40 cents higher than it was just Wednesday morning. Frustrated drivers say they're tired of price hikes at the pump.
That makes a lot of difference. It sure does, especially when you ain't got no money, the way the economy is. I mean, it's hard to, 50 cents makes a lot of difference,
AAA says overall prices statewide still lower than in recent weeks. They could go back down from yesterday's big increase. Let's hope so. You can find the latest gas prices in your area at WKYT.com. You'll notice some signs of change when traveling through downtown Lexington today. New signs have been installed around the Square Shopping Center. Of course, it used to be called Victorian Square. There you see the new sign. Some new restaurants and stores are moving into that area. Urban Outfitters opened just last week. The store is having its grand opening celebration today. Alumni Hall also opened up in the square.